Something very disturbing just happened. It was upsetting, and I need to share with you. Tonight I had the honor of giving the invocation at the Miami-Dade County Commission budget hearing. After I finished, different people were invited to speak, one after another. They addressed a variety of topics. But then a group took to the floor, and instead of thanking our county, our Miami-Dade County, for investing $150 million in Israel bonds, they condemned it. They accused Israel of genocide. How disturbing, how painful, how shocking to hear such twisted words right here in our own chambers. Friends, let's be clear. Israel's not committing genocide. Israel is fighting Hamas. They're fighting terrorists. A terror group that glorifies death, murders Jews, and even sacrifices its own people as human shields. Israel values life. That's why it warns civilians. That's why it opens safe corridors. That's why it sends soldiers house to house instead of flattening entire neighborhoods or the whole Gaza. And because of that restraint, hundreds of young IDF soldiers have been killed. Sons and daughters gone forever. One grieving father told me, he said it best, if Israel wanted genocide, my son would still be alive. They'll be just sending planes and just wiping out the place. He says, I'll be celebrating with him besides me. But Israel values life, and that's why my son fought, and that's why he is gone. Tell that father, this is genocide. Look him in the eyes and say it. You cannot, because it is a lie. I remember 4 or 5 years ago when I was standing in Auschwitz, I asked myself, why was the world silent when they knew millions of Jews were being killed? Was it easier, more convenient to look away? I never believed I would live to see the day when not only is the world silent, but tonight the world actually spoke up on behalf of Hamas, on behalf of the Nazis of our time. A movement that carried out a massacre, a movement that pledged genocide and still vows openly to do it again. How much closer can it get? How much clearer can it be? My dear friends, and unfortunately I wasn't able to say this from the podium tonight, Israel has a moral responsibility to wipe out Hamas so the terror ends, so the suffering ends in Gaza, in Israel, and across the world. So tonight, I say thank you. Thank you to Mayor Daniel Vinkava. Thank you to our Miami-Dade commissioners. Thank you to Miami-Dade County. You refused to be silent. You stood with Israel. You stood with truth. You stood with life over death, with light over darkness, with good over evil. We choose life over death, and history will remember who stood on the side of light. Good night.